All right, what up, people? It's Bogo Sports. It's late. It's 11:28 p.m. here in Arizona, so I'm tired, but I could not go without giving my reaction to the Suns versus Nuggets Game 4 today. Whew, what a game. I'm going to start with just the game itself, and then I'll end with Jokic, but I said in other videos that I don't want to be long-winded, and I ended up going for 9 minutes, which I think is probably going to be the sweet spot on a lot of these videos, but I'm going to keep this one short, even though I could talk all night about it. What an incredible game. I would say it would be up there with, I forget if it was game 1 or 2 from that Kings series in Sacramento. I think it was game 2, as just one of the most enjoyable games of the postseason. The third quarter might have been the best quarter, by far. Just absolutely incredible scoring ability on both sides, particularly from Booker, obviously, Kevin Durant, and then Joker, Nikola Jokic, the Joker. I call him the magician, the Serbian sensation. I mean, this guy, oh my goodness, went for 53 points. I think that's the most points on 66% shooting from the field. This guy is just, I think I said in the other video, I've been kind of saying, is this guy the best player in the league? Is he better than Giannis? I don't think I'm going to get that answer this postseason, but the more I watch him, the more it's like, I have never seen a player like this. The only other guy that I really am like that with right now is Giannis, where it's like, this guy's just a freak. I've seen great shooting before, if I were to take Booker, I've seen great shooting. Even KD, even though it looks different, and he's extremely unique in his body type and his ability to get shots from certain angles. I've seen great mid-range shooters and scorers. I have never seen anybody like Jokic. Not live in my lifetime. So this dude is just absolutely incredible, and this kind of harkens back to what I was speaking about in the last video, where I believe that they have to rely on Jokic more, and it seemed like he got that message, hey, it's time for me to take over. Now, Murray supported him with 28 points. They didn't get a lot else. Only 8 players played. Christian Braun or Brown. I personally say Christian Braun. It doesn't even make sense why they say Brown. He only got 5 minutes, so it was really a 7-man rotation, and there wasn't a lot of support elsewhere. I really believe that Michael Porter Jr. could be an X factor for them, and potentially even KCP. We saw in game 1 or 2, I think it was game 2, KCP was hitting some threes late in the second half. But I definitely believe that, Porter was on paper the 3. Now it's up for debate whether he or Gordon is the 3. But I think there's definitely a case to be made that Porter is the X factor for Denver in this series. But they also could unlock something with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I liked how Murray looked today. Jokic was just stellar all game. I mean, it was one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. That dude is just amazing. Now, going to the Suns side, Devin Booker. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Durant had 36 and Booker had 36, so they combined for 72. Disappointing considering that they combined for 86 last game. Number one takeaway, the others. I think I said the last video that the others were present. The others were more than present today. They showed up and they performed. I will give them a B grade. The others had a B grade, and that may be because they've been so horrendous. I believe the number was that they outscored at one point, maybe this was maybe at one point in the fourth quarter, they'd outscored Denver's bench 38-11. I don't know the final total. I'm not going to tally it up here. They were more than present, and so since they've been so bad, I'm going to give them a B grade. So that might be kind of giving them a little bit higher, but they showed up and they played well. They got a B. Landry Shamet, I have to give you an apology. You have received tremendous amounts of slander in my household, and he was an X factor really in the fourth quarter. 19 points off the bench, 6 for 9 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3. That's there were points last season where he looked like this, and then during the regular season he was not really effective, and then in the postseason he's been unplayable, particularly in this series. I'm like, get this dude off the court. Tonight he showed up in a big way. Monty's basically vindicated for playing him and getting nothing from him for the last, even in the first round series, but even particularly in this series, last 3 games. Made up for tonight. Huge respect. Hopefully that can continue. But hey, Terrence Ross, I call him the gunslinger, hit some shots when we needed to. He will let that thing fly, and he hit some shots. Jock Landale has completely arrived. he is taking over in place of DeAndre Ayton, who did better today, I will say, but still just a subpar performance from Ayton. But Jock Landale's in there. He's able to keep up with Jokic as far as movement around the court. I like how he moves when Jokic comes to the top of the key, but down low he definitely gets bullied by Jokic. But the deficiency, there's not a deficiency in the rebounding. Nothing significant. Not a big drop off from Ayton, and you could even say that Landale's been rebounding better than Ayton. So Landale, huge. I mean, if he can continue to do this, I'd say that's another. He's the number one guy off our bench right now. Torrey Craig didn't play, which, very interesting. I feel like I would like to see Craig in there instead of TJ Warren. That is one criticism. I just don't understand what TJ Warren's doing in there. I mean, he had 5 points, but it's not like he's a defensive force. He's kind of a big body. It's just, let's put Torrey Craig in there. We can't remove him completely from the rotation. But once again, the story, Booker and Durant. I mean, Durant was much sharper from the field today. Shot over 50%, got to the line. Typical Kevin Durant game. And one thing to point out, people don't speak about enough, the amount of rebounds he gets. Kevin Durant, amazing player. But I had a sports light bulb moment, and I almost made a short just right when I thought this. Ever since Kevin Durant's come to the Suns, I've been like, look, Booker, I get this is your team, you've been here, but this is KD. There's a little bit more of like, okay, this is KD's team now, or there's going to be a transfer of power. But in the second quarter, I really thought to myself, this is Booker's team. He is the one, and I put him 1 and KD 2 right now. Now that can change and they can be equal, but Booker is just on a tear like I've never seen before. He shot 14 for 18 from the field. I think he was like 34, 42 in the last 2 games. I mean, this is just unprecedented. And in my opinion, this is certainly his coming out party this postseason. In my opinion, he solidified himself as a top 10 player and certainly solidified himself as the best 2 guard in the league. I think people would have given the argument for Mitchell going into the playoffs, but I don't even think that's an argument. Now, people may dispute the top 10, but I think this dude is just absolutely incredible. He's averaging around 37 points. It's just amazing. So I said it wasn't sustainable, but, Booker and KD combined for 72 points, and we got a little bit of help, and it was close for sure, but it took a Herculean effort from Nikola Jokic. Now, let me wrap up on Jokic. I do not want him to be suspended. I get that by the rules he broke it, and he elbowed Matt Ishbia. It's just, I would be, as a Suns fan, even though I want them to win the series and we need to steal one on the road in this best of 3 now, I would be disappointed. I want to see the best players play. It was honestly a harmless bump. Ishbia completely sold it. Now, I know you don't want to be touching fans, but like, what are you doing, Ishbia? Just give the ball. It was just a weird thing. The Joker, he does have kind of a edge at times, especially getting kicked out last year against us in the final game of the series. But I get, somebody's going to say, well, by the rule book, he should be kicked out. Okay. I hope he's not. I felt like the punishment tonight was enough. It's not like he's going to go out here and start harming fans and it's going to set a precedent. It was a fluke incident. And it would be disappointing because this has been a tremendous series so far, and it's only going to get better. Suns have to see one on the road. Super tough environment to play in Denver. I'd be disappointed if he weren't there. So if he isn't, it's obviously going to be easier for the Suns to try to steal one. But come on, we want to see the best players play. Amazing game. Suns win 129-124. We're tied up 2-2 heading back to Denver. Peace.